Welcome to part 2 of our lesson on character development. It's your job as an actor to create a complete person out of the character you play. It doesn't matter if they have 3 lines or 300. You need the audience to believe you are who you tell them you are. One of the most important things you can add during the time you develop your character is their emotional life. That's the feelings they feel and how they react to everything around them. So let's talk about how to do that. Emotion is what makes a human being, and how we express those emotions is what makes each of us who we are. It's the biggest, most important part of your personality, and most often what defines how other people look at you as a person and what they think about you. Has anyone ever asked you to describe a friend of yours or someone you know just a little bit? Think about it. I'll bet what you told them, how you described that person, had a lot to do with their emotions. Maybe you said, he's a cool guy. He's a lot of fun to be around. Or maybe you said, she's really mean. She never seems to like anything or anyone. You're describing their emotional reactions. One of the best ways to give your character their own emotional life and show that on screen is to use parts of your own. This is called emotional recall. And it's a tool that you can use to show some authentic emotions in your scenes. I'm going to give you an exercise to help you develop that tool. First, write down all these emotions on a piece of paper or type it into your computer. The emotions are anger, feeling mad, loneliness, fear, being scared, joy, when something you do or see makes you happy, excitement, that feeling you get when something thrills you, pain, sadness, disbelief, when you see or hear something that you can't imagine is true, confusion, stress, that feeling of not being able to handle anything anymore. And finally, ignorance. Those times when you don't know about something or maybe even refuse to know for whatever reason. All right, now think of everything you can from life that has to do with each emotion. Remember a time when you felt that feeling. When was it? What were you doing? What about it made you feel the way that you did? Pick the strongest memory of each emotion that you can think of and write it down next to that emotion. When you're done, take some time to memorize that list. More than memorize the emotions and events, though, really take some time to memorize those feelings. The reason for that is this. You're going to use this list as a sort of cheat sheet in creating your character's emotional life. Whenever you hit a part in a scene where your character has to do one of these emotions, remember the memory you've associated with it and call it to mind. It will help remind you what it was like to feel those feelings, and some of that will come through in your performance in a really genuine way. And that's the whole point, making the audience believe it's real.